Welcome to the National Christian Homeschool Championships Boys 14 and Under Selection Show and Division/Gold Ball Class release. If you're watching, you probably are one of the 64 teams attending the National Christian Homeschool Championships in Springfield, Missouri, March 11th through 15th. And we cannot wait to have you come to Nationals. And we can't wait to get you all the information you need about your division and your brackets. There will be 3 divisions in this for Nationals. We have 13 states in the boys 14 under age group, and this includes Hawaii. We have 2 standalone divisions, and they are both going to be field of 32s. I'm Rob Flatt, and I'm here with Jeremy Caldwell. We are really excited to be finally releasing information that we have been working on. It really feels like since regionals finished, but in some cases since before regionals even began.
Right.
We're going to cover what we're going to do. If you are one of the 64 teams, the next 2 slides are going to basically release who are the divisions. And then from there, we're going to break down Division 1 and Division 2 and the format and the gold ball classes. And then we'll get into Division 3 directly after that. Whoop. Jeremy, I'm going to throw it to you. We got some teams on a list here.
Yeah, 32 of them here. So if you look at the teams here, we're going to have as well as in the 16U that we just got through doing, all 4 division regional winners are attending nationals. So you got the Midwest, the Big South, the Southeast, and the Heartland champions are all coming to nationals. So it's always good to see whenever your top teams from regionals also make that extra trip and come to nationals and, you know, try to prove once again that they're still the best. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. And you know, I forgot to take a quick look beforehand, see who was the defending champion last year. But
well, I can tell you right now, that was the KC Metro Mavericks. They pulled off the national championship, the undisputed title, and they had the first ever the Sanders Award winner, which was reserved for the Player of the Year in that age group, the boys 14.
Yep. They won it over the Dash Spartans, and both of those teams are back once again to try to get back to the pinnacle of homeschool nationals, and that's playing in the undisputed championship game. So as you can see, they're both in the 1 to 4 seeds. So I'm sure everybody's anticipating to see who the 1 seeds are, and you'll get to see that shortly. But like you said, 13 states represented here. Got a team coming from all the way from Hawaii to come compete here at nationals. That's going to be interesting. I think that's the first time that a team from Hawaii is going to attend nationals, and they're going to be here in the Division 3 team list.
Yeah, so, the Oahu Kraken, and it's that's right. Love that name. And we mentioned the KC Metro Mavericks as the defending national champion. The Kraken are actually founded by a former KC Metro Maverick family who relocated and started the Kraken last year, reached out to us over the summer, and they're sending 3 teams this year to nationals. And this is the youngest of the age groups that they're sending. But we are absolutely thrilled to have not just the Kraken, but 64 teams. I mean, that this age group has continued to explode. Back when I coached, when the tournament was in Oklahoma City, I think we hit 50 teams, and it felt so incredibly big, and it really was then as well. But to be at 64 teams, to have these different formats that we do, I'm really excited. And if you're a Division 3 team, this is kind of your one look for probably the next, hopefully just about 10 minutes, but it probably closer to 15 minutes, because we're going to start taking a quick look deeper into this Division 1 and Division 2 field. But we do want to point out the Team USA and how that works. If you play a team that has USA after their name, whether it's Team USA or its actual team name with USA, that is a team that is essentially playing with players that would not be otherwise allowed. And if the bottom line is for Team USA's, the whole concept is they form together after the season started. Teams that form together after the season start would be treated like a Team USA. And so we have some policies that allow for teams to make a decision to have a player or 2 that maybe are too old or don't meet all the guidelines, but they could play with a provisional approval, and they go through the proper channels on that. And so if you're playing a team with USA after their name, please note they cannot eliminate a team from contention of a gold ball, silver ball, bronze ball, copper, or iron. It's a lot easier if you just remember this. They can't eliminate a team from championship contention of any sort of trophy. And they can't eliminate a team from the top bracket of a division that they are placed in. And that means regardless of the final score, they're moving left in bracket play. And we're not going to cover pools because there are no pools in this year's boys 14 and under. So now that we've gotten through a little bit of that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick peek at the teams in their goal ball classes. And once we break down these top two, we're going to talk about the format a little. Then we'll introduce the 3 seeds, a little bit more about the format. We'll introduce the 4 seeds. And at that time, we'll be putting the 3 and the 4 seeds in the brackets, and we'll just keep on moving here. So Jeremy, take it away.
Yeah, so you can see we're 4 different classes here. Class 8A is going to be carried by the overall number 1 seed, which is KC Metro Mavericks. They're coming in as the number 1 after they won the Heartland Regional, and they were the defending undisputed champions, so they're going to go in as number 1 this year. They're going to have to go through MHEA Eagles, who was the runner-up in the Big South this year. I'm sorry, the 3rd place out of the Big South. And then HSAA out of Dallas. They won the Big South Regional, so they're going to come in and they're going to go in the 7A bracket, and they're going to play the Lapeer Lakers out of Michigan, which went to the Midwest, and they were the runner-ups in the Midwest. And then you have the LKY Saints out of Kentucky, and they were the winners of the Midwest over the Lapeer Lakers, and they're going to be facing off against the KC East Lions out of Missouri, and they are coming from the Heartland, and they are the 3rd place finisher there in the Heartland. And then rounding it out in the 5A, you have the Evansville Racers, and they are coming from the Southeast region. They're from Indiana. They drove down to play in the Southeast region. They are the champions of the Southeast, and they're going to be facing off against the Dash Spartans, who were the runner-ups in Dallas at the Big South. So that's going to be your 1 and 2 seeds, and it's going to be some tough matchups. As you know, you got your champions and a couple runner-ups, a couple 3rd place finishers there at the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned Dash last year was the national runner-up, and here they are. They're a number 2 seed, but that does not look like an easy 2 seed. In fact, none of these 2 seeds do. The 1 seeds look amazing. That Evansville team, in 12 and under, they finished 3rd place in the nation in their first trip ever to nationals. And so it's great to see that success translating to the regional championship, and now attending nationals in the 14 under age group with a top seeded team. That's very exciting for Evansville there. All right, so this next part here, if you've watched any of the selection shows of the Field of 32, this is nothing different than what you've already seen. If you have not, and you've been to nationals in the past, this is very similar to what we've had in the past with a slight change, or I should say improvement. And if you were only at nationals last year or have never been before, then this will be worth your time to listen to us break this down. So as Jeremy said, Class 8A is the number 1 overall seed, 7A the 2, 6A the 3, 5A the 4, and so then we have the 2 seeds, and we work on a lot of times there the unique matchups and trying to make sure that we can put in something interesting, not necessarily 2 teams that just play each other for regional finals in the same bracket. But there are 4 Division I gold balls, 2 Division II gold balls, and a silver ball to match each of those gold balls, along with the bronze ball winner for each of the Division I and Division II. It's definitely worth noting that there will be no reseed at any NCHBC 2024 bracket or pools or of any sort, and that is the same here. So all advancements will be posted in the brackets before events start. Monday, there will be 16 Division I and II play-in games. The 32 teams will all be in action in Division I and II, and the teams that win their opening game will move into the Class 8A, 7A, 6A, or 5A gold ball semifinals that will begin on Tuesday. The 16 teams that lose will move to Division 2, and they'll move into one of 2 8-team gold ball brackets that will begin on Tuesday. And that's right. If you lose your opening round game in Division 1, Division 2, in that playing game, you move to Division 2, and you'll be still, just like you opened up the tournament, you're 3 wins away from a gold ball. If you, for the teams that advance to the gold ball semifinals in Division 1, they will play on Tuesday, and the 8 winning teams in both Division 1 and Division 2 will remain alive for their division's gold ball. The 8 gold ball Division 1 semifinal winning teams will move to Wednesday's gold ball games on the live stream showcase feature court. The 8 teams that lose in the Division 1 gold ball semifinals will move to the Division 1 bronze ball bracket that will be played out 1st through 8, Wednesday through Friday. The 8 teams that win their Division 2 quarterfinal semifinal game will advance to Wednesday's Division 2 gold ball. I should say that win their quarterfinal, they will move to the Division 2 gold ball semifinal game. The 8 teams that lose the Division 2 quarterfinals will move to the copper bracket that will be played out 1st through 8th, Wednesday through Friday. And after that, I'm going to have to kick it to you, Jeremy, to talk about something more interesting.
Yeah, so you got a little sneak peek of the 1 and 2 seeds while ago. Now we're going to introduce you to the 3 seeds here. And that's going to be 1 from each region, the Midwest, the Heartland, Southeast, and the Big South. This is all, 4th place finishers out of those 4 regions are going to be the 3 seeds, the Northside Lions out of the Midwest, Oklahoma Flame out of the Heartland, Tennessee Heat coming from the Southeast, and the Texas Lions coming from the Big South. So once again, a lot of flavor. All 4 regions represented in the 3 seeds. So the 1 seeds and the 3 seeds are all from all 4 regions. So good flavor. Everybody's coming down to, trying to project that they're the best region. So we're going to start playing it out here in about 6 days.
Well, and speaking about playing it out, I think this is the last bit we have to cover before we can actually get to even bigger amounts of teams in the gold ball bracket. So let's talk about how we will play out the gold ball games on Wednesday, which will be moving to Ozark and Drury, which are our live stream feature courts that will be complete with a broadcast team. Class 8A, 7A, 6A, and 5A gold ball winners on Wednesday will advance to the Division 1 Gold Ball Showdown Series semifinals, which begins on Thursday, where they stay alive for the undisputed national championship crown. The 4 teams that lose in the Division 1 Gold Ball games will have earned a silver ball and will move to the Silver Ball Showdown Series semifinal. They'll be played out 1st through 4th, Thursday and Friday. The Division 2 semifinal winners will advance to the gold ball games, while the 4 losing teams in Division 2's gold ball semifinals will move to the bronze ball semifinal bracket, played out 1st through 4th, Thursday and Friday. On Thursday and Friday, the Division 1 Gold Ball Showdown Series will be played. This game, along with the Division 1 National Finals Undisputed National Championship game, will move to Drury. Or the winning teams on Thursday will move to Drury on Friday, which will be the lone NCHBC live stream court for both Thursday and Friday. The Division 1 Final 4 teams that lose will play in this Gold Ball Showdown Series game, the 3rd place game on Friday. The teams that lose in the Division 2 Gold Ball game will play in the Silver Ball Showdown against each other. Again, no reseeding is taking place. All right, Jeremy, let's get to putting some more teams in brackets and making this a little more interesting.
Yeah, so you met the 1, 2s, and the 3s from all 4 regions, and now we're going to throw in the 4s. And what you're looking at on the 4s is you have 3 5th place finishers from 3 of the regions, and then a 6th place finisher with PT out of the Big South is coming in the 6A. So the San Marcos Panthers, the Bluegrass Blazers out of Kentucky, and the West Michigan Hornets were all 5th place finishers in their respective regions. So, once again, all the majority of the regions are being represented here. It's good to see the teams, following, going to regionals, trying to show their worth, trying to show their seed, and fighting for their top seed, and then carrying that over. Like, hey, man, we finished top 3 or 4 or 5. Let's go ahead and go to national, see if we can make that next step. And and here we are.
Yeah, it's really phenomenal whether Division I, Division II, or Division III. A lot of these teams make up their mind well before they ever step foot at regionals. It's pretty rare that actually a team will do well at regionals and then say we want to come. In most cases, these teams have already made up their mind and they've been planning it all year. And so when you get to the point where you start seeing some of the teams that are coming and the caliber of teams, it's really exciting. Now that said, let's go ahead and just take a quick look at the gold and silver ball advancements. Again, there's no reseed, so it's really important to note that the 8A gold ball winner will play the 5A gold ball winner no matter what. The 7A gold ball winner, the 6A gold ball winner. And then in the silver ball showdown series, the 5A silver ball winner will play the 8A silver ball winner. And the 6A silver ball winner will play the 7A silver ball winner. And now let's take a look at all the teams that have been filled in so that we can have a really good idea of what everyone's road to their goal ball will look like.
Yeah, and here we are. As you can see, there's, class 8A, 7A, and 6A all will feature a Team USA. So that means automatically the 1 seeds in those brackets, although they will play the Team USA's on Monday, they will automatically advance to the Tuesday games in the gold ball series if Team USA cannot advance in a gold ball bracket. So therefore, you can use those games to play some of your other players if need be, because regardless of the score of that game, Team USA cannot advance in that aspect. So it's going to be some good matchups. You got a lot of flavor here. You got Tennessee and Texas, a couple teams each in the 8A bracket. You got Oklahoma, Kentucky, Texas, Missouri, Indiana, Michigan in the 7A bracket. So a lot of different teams. And if you look through all this, we try to, when we seed these out, we try to put 4 to 5, 6 if we can, different states within each bracket, so you're not driving this whole way to play a team from you're from Texas, drive all the way over there to play another team from Texas. So we try not to only look at just the first matchup. We try to look at the second round matchups if we can, and if we can avoid that, we do our best. There are a couple instances where we can't help it, but and if you do end up playing somebody from your state or area, hopefully we did enough homework to where you haven't played them multiple times throughout the season. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be a good class. Just looking here in the class 6A alone, the SWLA Knights out of Louisiana, they won the 14U Division 1B bracket out of the Big South, and they're coming in as a 6 seed. So just because some of these teams have a 5, 6, 7, 8 next to their name, don't mean it's just going to be a walk in the park and you can rest your starters the whole game. It's going to be a battle, and you're going to have to play, and you're going to have to play your top game to see who's going to take home a gold ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you mentioned, we don't want teams coming all the way out without some flavor. We do our absolute best to create flavor. As the week goes on, there is more and more likelihood that certain teams just end up being a magnet to each other. Yeah, they're just either they're similar talent, or they play similarly, or their results end up similarly. And so we'll see how that goes. We're really excited. If you are a Division III team, we appreciate you sticking with us here. We're right about able to cover your division. We just want to let you know that for all divisions and all age groups, brackets will be ready Friday, March 8th. Check us out on social media. That's where we'll be posting those as soon as they're ready. Opening games have been announced already. Opening game times have been announced already. And of course, this information here is going to help you understand who you might be playing first. This won't impact the 14 as much but it could. If you have players that are playing on 14U and 18U, just be aware that 18U is going to be playing all day, Monday and Tuesday in the AM and the PM. So if you have dual roster players, make sure that you plan accordingly. Our goal is Wednesday through Friday that the fans will have very little competing with the boys 18U games, but we do want you to also be aware that this is a possibility. With that said, before we go into Division 3 14U, I do want to mention one last thing, that this week, boys 14 and under, or boys 18 and under Division 1, all 24 of Monday's Division 1 games will be covered at Drury and Ozark. So when you wrap up your games around town, if you don't have a team to go cheer for, head over to Drury and Ozarks, check out the best homeschool basketball in the nation, where the best teams are. Tuesday morning, bright and early. We're talking Monday morning, 8 a.m. to 9:15. Every single one of the 12 time blocks at those courts will be varsity boys Division I. And then on Tuesday, same deal, except for varsity girls and varsity boys, their Sweet 16, all 8 of their games will be covered, but we're also going to get all 8 of the varsity boys Division I, Division A, Division 1A, B playing games. So we're very excited, and we do appreciate everyone that has stuck with us to this part to get to the Division III. So we're going to get right into it. We've already taken a quick look at these Division III teams, so we're just going to keep moving into the actual bracket. So Jeremy, I'm throwing it to you to break down Gold Ball class top 2 seeds for Division III.
Yep, so we're gonna 14U Division III. They're gonna have a class 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A. We're gonna carry the same format. 4A being the overall #1, which is gonna be your Little Rock Flames out of Arkansas, and followed by the HCYA Warriors out of Houston, Texas, Tennessee Heat out of Tennessee, and the Columbus Hawks out of Indiana. They round out your top 4 seeds. And once again, you can see we got Arkansas from the Big South playing the KC East from the Heartland in 4A. ACYA Warrior from the Big South playing the Tennessee team from the Southeast. So it's going to be interesting to see. A lot of flavor, hopefully, here in the D3 as well. So let's just keep moving along.
Yeah, I think these lower divisions are one of the things that the national championships over the years has really improved on, giving an opportunity for teams that have played hard all year, to have kids that have worked hard, parents who have worked hard to make it a possibility for their kids. But maybe at districts or regionals they struggled, and sometimes that's one of the coolest things about regionals, and is that the fact that you can actually play your way into a lower division if you struggle. And then our goal is to protect these lower divisions as much as possible from teams that are sandbagging or trying to get into the divisions for anything that would be where they don't belong. And so that's one of the areas we're really excited about, this field of 32 in Division III. If you paid attention to the last divisions, this is very similar, except for the gold ball classes have a different number next to them. So 4A is gold ball winner, and the gold ball showdown series will play the 1A gold ball winner, the 3A gold ball winner, the 2A gold ball winner. And then out of the gold ball classes, you'll have the class 1A silver ball winner versus the 4A silver ball winner, the 2A silver ball winner versus the 3A silver ball winner. And this next part here is identical, except for there's a slight change in names than what we covered in Division I. So I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to go through it fairly quick without pause if I can help it, because if you've already been listening, this is a little redundant, but it's worth breaking down in case you're new. 4 Division IIIA gold balls, 2 Division IIIB gold balls, a silver ball to match each gold ball, along with bronze ball winners for each Division IIIA and Division IIIB. There will be no reseed. All advancements will be posted in the brackets before the event starts. The 16 teams that win the 3A-B playing games on Monday will advance to the gold ball class semifinals for Division IIIA. 4A, which will be 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A. The 16 teams that lose will move to Division IIIB, and they will move to an 8-team gold ball bracket that will begin on Tuesday. Tuesday, the winners of the Class 3 or the Division IIIA gold ball class semifinals, along with the winners of the 3B quarterfinals, will stay alive for a gold ball. That will be 8 teams from each division. The Division IIIA winning teams will move to the Wednesday gold ball games, while the 8 teams that lose in the Division IIIA gold ball semifinals will move to the 3A bronze ball bracket that will be played out 1st through 8th, Wednesday through Friday. The 8 teams that win their Division IIIB quarterfinal game will advance to Wednesday's Division IIIB gold ball semifinal game, and the 8 teams that lose the 3B semifinal or quarterfinal will move to the copper bracket that will be played out 1st through 8th on Wednesday, despite that saying 6. All right. And our last bit of wordiness to wrap up this format, basically is just a reminder of what we've already gone over. The gold ball winners will play in the gold ball showdown series on Thursday. The 4 teams that lose in the goal ball game will have earned a silver ball. They'll move to the silver ball showdown series that we played 1st through 4th, Thursday and Friday. The 3B semifinal winners will advance to the gold ball games that they will be playing, while the 4 losing teams will move to the bronze ball semifinal bracket played out 1st through 4th, Thursday and Friday. You'll notice everyone is playing, regardless of the results, every single day of nationals, all the way through, including Friday, even if it's last place in the lowest division. Thursday and Friday, Division 3A Gold Ball Showdown Series semifinal will begin on Thursday, with the winners advancing to the national finals on Friday. The teams that lose in the Gold Ball Showdown Series semifinals will move to the 3rd place game that will be played Friday, while the teams that lose in the 3B Gold Ball games will move to the Silver Ball Showdown Series. And yes, they will have earned a silver ball. All right, Jeremy. Now we can have a little more fun and break down more interesting items.
Yeah, so you've seen the 1 and 2 seeds, and we're going to introduce the 3s and 4s. A little bit of Big South, Heartland, Midwest flavor here. You got NWA Hornets out of Arkansas, Lighthouse Chargers from the Heartland, Oklahoma Flame from the Heartland, Dash Spartans from the Big South, Saline County from the Big South, Casey Metro from the Heartland, Northside from the Midwest, and HSAA from the Big South as well. So
yeah,
that's your top 4 seeds in each bracket. Remember, 4A is going to play 1A, 3A is going to play 2A whenever you get to your golds or silvers. So, looking here, you can see now who your matchups are, who you got to go through to get your gold ball. And then after you get your gold ball, excuse me, who you got to go through potentially to win the undisputed. So
hey,
it's gonna be an interesting. You can see there's 2 Team USAs in the Class 2A and the Class 4A. So the Little Rock Flames and Columbus Hawks would automatically advance past their first game. And then here's where the Hawaii team, the Kraken, they pop in here in the Class 3A. They're going to be the 6th seed, and they're going to be facing off against Saline County. So the Saline County Warriors out of Arkansas get the first matchup. That's what the Oahu Kraken. Oahu Kraken. Their first taste at nationals is going to be playing against the Saline County Warriors. So that's going to be their first impression and see how it goes. And you bring in 3 teams all the way from Hawaii, man, they must have had to charter a plane just for their crew.
Absolutely phenomenal that to have teams that are committed to coming to nationals and that are willing to make the trek. And when you see a team coming out from Hawaii, it's humbling, and it's phenomenal. It really is. I mean, I say phenomenal a few times there, but it really is. I butchered the name last night, and my wife was watching the broadcast, and she helped me with how to properly say the name, and it may have picked on me just a little bit, and for how I pronounce the name. But that said, we are so thrilled that nationals is a week away, and we cannot wait to see all of these games actually starting to get played. As much fun as it is to stare at a computer, I think we both agree that the majority of what we look forward to is about to take place on the basketball court in Springfield, Missouri. And it makes sitting in front of the computers and the long nights of seating phone calls and discussions, it makes it worth it once the games actually start. But right now, we're ready for some basketball.
Yep, and this time next week, we'll be discussing the first day results and seeing how everything panned out. Until then, we'll see you next week.